This was me exactly 1 year ago. I didn't necessarily see this coming, but by the way I was living my life at the time, it was almost inevitable. All the warning signs were there, and truthfully, I wish I had caught it sooner before it caught up to me. It didn't hit me suddenly. I didn't wake up one morning feeling this looming dread that would hover over me, making everything seem impossible and heavy all at once. It was well disguised in my daily life. There was nothing inherently bad or troubling happening. Yet there was this constant look of hollow sadness I felt when I got ready in the morning. An emptiness I couldn't explain. How am I going to get through today? Was a constant thought that fueled my autopilot mode and somehow got me from point A to point B. But at what cost? This wasn't just a phase or season of life. For me, it was an accumulation of many, many years, many instances of feeling this way throughout majority of my days. And it all slowly built up this neurological system of heavily ingrained subconscious patterns that would push me to do more, be more, achieve more, just to feel some semblance of meaning in life. But it was conditional, fleeting at best, and of course, never enough. This accumulation started way before I even saw it coming. I remember feeling quite numb as a kid, emotionally monotonous most of the time compared to my peers. I didn't get excited as often or as extreme in my reactions as they did about certain things, and I felt that my emotions were always filtered through this undertone of cold dismissal, not to them, but to myself. So instead, I started to develop these hyperproductive habits quite young to fill in the space that was meant for my feelings, but was easier to distract. Obsessions with lists, to-dos, grades, performing, achieving. How could that be bad for me if I was pushing towards excelling, learning, being good at something? Well, it wasn't until it was. I think that's the danger of any high-functioning depression or anxiety. You can't really see it because you're doing so well in the eyes of others, but it's there. It's always there. Until one day, it consumes everything you once thought could bring you joy. It slowly robs the magic of life right in front of your eyes, and you're left wondering, is this all it is? What am I even doing here? Why can't I just be like Mochi and live a simple, happy life? I would not be mad if I reincarnated as someone's pampered dog child who has nothing to do on their agenda except sleep all day. I love you, Mochi, of course. But in this life, I must find a way to carry on. And what better way to do that than to book the cheapest round trip you can find in hopes of finding yourself again. My first time in Japan was actually a sincere attempt to recover myself from months of feeling severely depressed. Being out in the world has always been my biggest joy, and sometimes the only way I could feel myself again. There are many ways to self-soothe, and while traveling may be one of those for me, food is the second. Comfort food. Homey food, ancestral lineage type of food that makes your blood rush and your taste buds tingle. I'm not kidding when I say that eating this 18-dish Japanese meal set quite literally brought me back to life. The flavors, the preparation, the presentation, the staff, the smells, the sounds, all of it spoke to me in a way that said much more than, "Here, child, eat." It reawoke my entire body, bringing me out of this numb slumber that kept me subdued for years. Something about seeing and smelling and tasting a part of your ancestry through bites of edible delight brings a certain peace to the body, a natural hum of harmony in the stomach that allows you to relax and feel like a kid again, receiving their favorite meal at the dinner table. Returning to the senses is returning to yourself. And while it doesn't require a plane ticket to always do so, for me, this was exactly what I needed to feel hungry for life again, to lean against food stalls with curious eyes and think, yes, I want that. Something else that I really needed to do to get back to myself was to slow down. For so long, the pace of my life was getting faster and faster each year. More projects, more clients, more to-dos, more plans, more bills, more things to keep track of. And while it can be thrilling to ride the wave of hyperproductivity, it ironically made me feel like I was at the bottom of that list and that life was just passing me by. I'm spending hours working on what a Zen Buddhist might find quite trivial and honestly samsaric bullshit. But that is how I spent my days. I spent more time looking at my computer screen than at my partner. I spent more time working on projects than on myself. I spent more time overanalyzing every detail of this email rather than why my life feels this way in the first place and what I can do to change it. When you put yourself out in the world and consequently see other ways of life, you become very aware of the self-created bubble you've made for yourself and the rituals, routines, and rules that go along with it. But when you see how vast and different life can be, what it can look like, it becomes painfully clear for you to look at what you are doing with your time, your life, and your precious years that are numbered. And it begs the question, is this still what you want? And to that I say, get lost. Yes, seriously, get lost. Go out and wander. Somewhere you've never been before. No GPS, no agenda, no plans. Just wander for a day and let life surprise you with what it has in store. The best remedy to a big question like that is to go and find out. See what speaks to you in the midst of a reorientation. I feel like with all the tools and apps that we have now navigating our lives for us on autopilot, we've lost touch with the art of trusting where life is leading us. We don't rely on our intuition to tell us where to go. Google Maps got us. Best restaurant? Yelp it. Best places to check out? Reddit threads. Well, what if the best restaurant is the one you come across after a long day of walking, a quiet tucked away nook of warm lights beckoning you into the safety from a noisy street? Its kitchen is steaming with fresh aromatics that remind you of home cooking. No tourist traps, just taste. And what if the perfect place to go is the one that surprises you with solitude and symbols of divine timing? A place of refuge for your busy thoughts to calm down and be met with different environments, different perspectives, a different way of living life. You see, it's in our nature to follow these gentle winds of life that guide us. We've just stopped listening to them. And perhaps that is the antidote I've been needing this whole time. The reconnection to self and my true nature. Japan will always be special to me for this reason. It brought back something in me that I thought was gone. Within a matter of days being there, it revealed itself again. Slowly at first, and then with great relief, embracing me and my weathered face with a strong reminder of something that I've always felt as a kid, but denied as an adult. It was always there, just waiting for me. A part of me healed in Japan and ultimately opened up a new path that I am embarking on and try to continue embarking on, that is breaking away from old habits and old patterns. A path that is truly, authentically me. I can't say that it's easy, and it doesn't come without trials and tribulations, but if there's one thing I know, it's that you can't give up. Life is simply too precious to give up. And sometimes we need reminders. Sometimes we need to pull back. Sometimes we need to slow down. And sometimes we need to get lost. If you're watching this and life feels really hard right now, whatever part of the world you are in and whatever season of life you are in, please know that you were not alone. There is healing in finding and facing the truth. And when you find it, it will set you free. I'm here rooting for that, for you, for myself, for all of us. So thanks for watching this one. We'll get through it together. I'll see you in the next one. I sit quiet in a world that never stops.